set pretty far out. I'm gonna head back. Hey, pretty kitty right there. And if yeah, so more of the topic of what I've already been harking on about. If you watch, like, I think I said, if you watch public television, they also have commercials about mental health. So it's going around. I mean, there's more awareness of it, and I don't know if there was a stigma there, but I guess the stigma's gone, is what people would say. So all interpretation. So it's kind of, that's why I said life sucks pretty good. So hopefully you can navigate through it. The only reason why I know all this is because I've been through a lot of stuff I put myself through. So I guess the best way to say it is I've hooked up with an ex-girlfriend more than twice. Hopefully that gets some relevance for some people. Like, all right, I'll start listening to this guy. Yeah, so I've done all those shenanigans, and when I do see, I just shake my head like, oh, sheesh, oh well. Hopefully that person can get through it. Yeah, so the way I got rid of that type of thinking is I just went to school. I started actually listening to the rap music I was listening to, and I was like, you know what? They all keep talking about going to school. I might as well start doing that. Especially Too Short, man. I think here I had something like getting it. When they're getting it good. Album number 10. This is the last album. When he says that, where it's just like doo 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 doo. Yeah, he even says in his rap lyrics, "Don't be like Calvin, go to college." Even that guy was rapping about something to do with, you know, life. Not your life, but, you know, he's a rapper, so he's just rapping about life. And you know what? That wasn't his last album. He made more albums after that. So, and to give more, to speak more about music, I was watching the news, and I saw I think the Senate hearing where Gene Simmons was in there telling people they need to pass some legislation bill. It was relating. It took me some time to figure it out. I just thought they were complaining, but they were talking about the reason why they need that bill is, I guess radio stations are now figuring out a way to not pay royalties from the music they play. Because, yeah, you probably already guessed it, because there's no real DJ playing the songs. So that's what they're saying, is there's no real person there, so why should they have to pay whatever residuals or royalties or however that works? And so Gene Simmons was going on there, he's like, hey, you know, I'm not here to say give us a lot of money. I like the way you explain it. I'm just saying from something to $14 billion. That's all I'm saying. He gave an open argument. He allowed you to make the decision of how much, which is good, because I don't know, I like it when people do that, because they just pretty much say, hey, I know what to say, but I'm not going to speak anymore. Yeah, see, even he knows how to, even in that situation, he knew how to say no to his own self, which is cool. Like, dang, that took a lot of restraint. So, anywho, man, I forgot I was thinking about listening to instructions. taking a freeway back? Cool. Oh no, I think I want to follow it and then get on the freeway. But yeah, so just like I said, just life. I don't know what else to say. I'm not a psychologist. Wish I had the answer for you. Maybe I should go back to school for psychology, become a psychologist. And maybe not. Probably gonna get bored. Yeah, see, there you go. That's my issue. I get bored easily. So I get the random to do stuff. So I've been trying to figure out how to get that feeling back. Yeah, I think I found a way, which is listening to older music I haven't listened to in a while. Some of it reminds me of my ex-wife. That really surprised me. There's one song I haven't heard in a while. Yeah. Because I remember, the only reason why I remember it is we listened to it while we did a road trip to one of my childhood friends, not childhood, from one of my high school friends' weddings up in near Logan, Utah. And we know, obviously living in Phoenix, Arizona, so I asked her, I was like, well, how would you like to do? Do you want to fly up there or do you want to drive? She's like, I want to drive. So we drove up there, and all the music I played, it really created a memory for her. And so from that point on, she would always bring up the road trip and start talking about that. And then, which I was amazed, like finally she's blabbering, like, why is she being like that? Used to always make me wonder, like, why doesn't she just blabber? Like, she blabbers with her friends like that. This woman. So that's why I told you, that's why I laughed about the whole Chris Rock thing when they said, when she's just sitting there looking at you, nothing, just a spiteful look in her eyes. Like, yeah, I know that very well. Not just from her, but all the other women too. Just like, man. So but I just, like I said, I just gotta try it again if I want to. So it's all up to me. Making sure I don't cut this person out. All right. So I've done the whole spiral into a bottle. I've been in a bottle for a long time. Dwelling over ex-girlfriends, I've done that. Dwelling over passed on pets, done that. Dwelling over a parent, done that. Dwelling over my future, I've done that. Dwelling over jobs, I've done that. Dwelling just keeps going on and on and on. Until one day I just say, you know what? I'm done dwelling. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna figure out how to see green and colors in my life. So if you're wondering why I have all those plants and flowers and trees and those bird feeders and my nice hummingbird feeders and my ornaments, yeah, that's all because I did something for myself, and I'm really happy with it. I'm glad. Every time I walk out of my backyard, I always get a little happy to see how I situated everything. Because before, everything was chaos. Like, there was no, like I told you, I hate conformity. But once I found beauty in askew arrangements, that's when I just remembered. That's what I enjoyed doing when I first got in the army. Yeah, you're poor, you can't buy furniture. That's how poor you are. So when I got out of the army, you know, when I got my first apartment, I was like, oh yeah, it's not furnished. I have to buy my own stuff. There we go. That was my spiral into depression from that point on. The real world. And yes, we do say it quite often. Can't wait to get back to the real world. That's on your mind. Don't even think about relationships. Handle yourself first. Because once number one can take care of number one, then you can allow number two to take care of number two. And then when number one and number two aren't talking, that's when you allow number two to take care of number one and number one to take care of number two. That's my only advice. So yeah, relationships have its benefits, you know. If both are doing it effortly, there you go. I'm not gonna say make an effort, I'm gonna say effortly. Look it up. Oh yeah, if we go back to the whole adverb verb, I looked it up. Yeah, verb can't be an adverb, but you can arrange the sentences to make a verb into an adverb. So yeah, once I saw that, I was like, I forgot about this studying English. I was like, oh yeah, this is why people give up studying English to that point. Yeah, people will learn to speak it, people will learn to read it, but once it comes to grammar, yeah, I don't blame them. I'm with them too. Like, yeah, just tell me enough so I can get my C and get out of here. So there you go. My laziness in my school years now has led to sadness and depression in my life. Yeah, you know, that's all dwelling. That's all dwelling stuff. I thought about my past extensively. Until I just kept telling myself, what am I doing? I'm being stupid. What am I doing thinking about my past when I should be thinking about how to improve my bond with my pets? So now I know that's what I've been doing. I've been hanging out with my pets more. They'll come up, they'll cry, I'll pick them up, I'll carry them outside, pet them, feed them. Just start doing the whole I'm not paying attention pet until my hand gets tired. Yeah, I do all that. I've been doing that more. Let's see, like I said, I play a lot of PC games, so the hand movement relieves stress on my hands. The stretching. Yeah, because at one point I thought I was getting arthritis in my hands. Nope. Just overweight, obese. You know, it says if you're obese, it constricts your blood veins. I like to hold a rigid position sometimes, once I'm trying to break myself of. So, yeah, see, those are things I'm trying to notice about myself instead of allowing my mind to, you know, aimlessly think. So, I guess you could say I prevent my mind from going into cruise control. I gotta remember to pump the brakes. Like, pump the brake. You're going to cruise control. Freaking brain. The brain's pretty good at doing that. That's where the saying comes in: the mind, body, and soul. Let that soul kick your brain. Bam! Oh shoot! Oh, thank you, soul. Come on, brain. And body being the heart, you know, the physical being. Because, you know, without the heart, the brain can't live. Without the blood, Well, I mean, if you sever the blood from the brain, I mean, it still functions for a moment. Anywho, so but you know, you can use it however you like in life. You want to think of the mind, body, and soul as you, your house and family, or you, your car, and food, or however you like to motivate yourself. I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to guide, give some blabbering understanding. my blabbering moments. There you go. So yeah, I guess if you're young and you're trying to navigate through life and that doesn't make sense, I just lost my train of thought again. There was cars passing around in front of me. I just thought of something profound. I forgot it. Oh yeah, so profound I forgot it. I'll think of it again. Being young. Oh, no. That's what it was. If you're young and you're worried about dreadful feelings, yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there. Don't worry. He'll get there. He'll intensify. But you know, that's just life. I'm sure people are excited once a child's born, and then after 5 years, dread settles in a bit. Because you know we're allowed to have our emotions, so emotions are all a full circle. You know, nothing wrong with that. What bothers me is denial. Like, oh my God, versus the denial. Like, oh man, do I want this person carrying a loaded gun around me? Anywho, that's when my dread starts settling in. Yeah, dread in life is expected, so. That's why some just, you know, do spontaneous things in life. So. Oh, that's another thing. I recently saw in the news was doing spontaneous things now has made its way into the courts. I think it was here, something about road rage. The guy tried to blame it on a spontaneous event, and then the judge got quiet for a bit. And he's like, "Say it again one more time." And then he's like, "Oh, you know, I acted out and I acted in anger because I was acting spontaneous." And the judge just looked at it and said, "You can't use that as a defense anymore. Since you have admitted to being spontaneous, I'm now going to send you to rehabilitation for spontaneous therapy." Yeah. I was like, oh, I never did. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, dang. So that's another thing that people are not getting accustomed to, is since now spontaneous acts and actions are getting court judge's attention. Some people may not be aware of that. So if those people are used to being spontaneous, and it's no longer being reciprocated by people because of what we know, what we learn, what we see around us, society, the news, however you want to perceive it, that's now taking effect. Yeah, because I noticed that too, like people being spontaneous in restaurants, just being, from what people used to say back in the day, outward. Oh, it's just very outward. Like, well, I used to just tell people, like, well, no, that's called being, rude. That's being ill-mannered. Like, you do that with your friends and family. You don't do that to complete strangers. Oh, there you go, being judgmental. Like, if you're gonna joke and be judgmental, no, that's completely rude. Oh, I'll just be spontaneous. See, there you go. They couldn't perceive that they're being rude. So now they're saying, oh, I'm just being spontaneous. But it's like, oh, dang, like, what, are you going to stab me down and walk away and never come back and just say, oh, I'm sorry, I just felt spontaneous, I had to do that. So, that's what judges are now seeing here in society. So, obviously, you get information in various ways. Parents, uncles, families, mentors, older people, videos like this. So if people are speaking about it, yeah, it will have a lasting effect. But another thing to give more relevance to that, watch a lot of the Family Guy episodes. Everything they made fun of in the past, all those episodes, it no longer exists. Or it does, but it's not as noticeable as it used to be. I was just thinking about TV shows, and I remember the South Park episode where they were making fun of all the bikers. The that worked. That literally worked. Me doing this, I hardly ever hear those type of bikes anymore. Like the ones with excessive sound, no, not anymore. I hear the ones where enough sound for you to hear them because that's their only safety measure for driving, so that you're aware, oh, there's a bike around me. That's the reason why they're loud like that. Not excessively loud. So that South Park stuff worked. Man, see, that person did it too. Oh, why'd you slow down? Why'd you slow down? Oh my gosh. Just drive, man. Jeez. You're not that important. Just another taxpayer like the rest of us. I hope you have clean underwear on today. Dang. I know I do. And I scrub my body with soap. Which I consciously make an effort to clean myself. See, that's another thing you should do. Is just make a conscious effort at cleaning yourself. It will help you. Also, there's one thing that the military used to always stress to us about, was if you're not keeping up your hygiene, you're going to get depressed. If you don't brush your teeth, it will lead to depression. That's what they used to always say. Brush your teeth. And so when we would do our whole going to fake wars, or our fake war training, and when we do our inspections, people would always forego toothbrush and toothpaste, and I would just shake my head, like, I told you to go get it. Why come you? Oh, you really don't need it. So I'd write them up. Then they get all mad and pissy about it. And then I would show them the regulation that states you must maintain your hygiene to prevent the spread of disease and infection. Yeah, it's literally in the regulation about brushing your teeth. So, if they're not doing it, it's easy write-up. But see, that's not the snitching they want. I was more worried about the soldiers' well-being instead of busting soldiers and kicking them out. Because like I said, I knew what was up. That's what I said. That's how I learned to mind my business. But nope, people are not like that. And the sad thing about it, the very, very, very sad thing about it, is it's taught. It's always taught. It has never stopped being taught on to people that you need to mind your business. And I'm sure if a child does make an effort, their parents will get mad. Oh, you think you're better than me? Like, oh my God, your child's making an effort at mannerisms. That's the only input I have about that. Yeah, I get saddened when I see parents discouraging mannerisms. Oh, they don't know you. Who cares about them? Like, oh, yes, you do make a point, but that's not right now for this situation. So, that's what I said. Life sucks. And I've seen this, military families and civilian families. It exists on both sides. There's poor people on both sides. There's E7s with 18 years in the Army whose paychecks, like right now, who went straight to bills and all they had was like $20 left. And now they're making friends with the supply sergeant stealing freaking MREs to eat at home. See, that time, that's why that Secretary of the Department of War, when he made that speech, said that he's gonna freaking put an end to all that stuff. Yeah, that stuff really does happen. There's a bunch of slackers in the Army, and they're proficient at it. They know how to hide it. There's a reason why when they become E8, they have bags under their eyes. Because they're doing whatever they want, and they're sleeping whenever they want. Because they have the perception no one will touch them. So, that was my time. Man. That's why I got out. Like, this is bull. This is bull. This is malarkey. Pure malarkey. And people will agree. Yes, you are correct. The federal government jobs know how to classify and sell malarkey. Yeah, that's right. So, once I figured everything out, I was like, I'm done with this. I'm going to the real world and I'm gonna suffer on my own terms. Thus, to this point now in my life, I'm gonna get something to eat. I wanted a snack. So I did a lot of things, and I've been through a lot of negative stuff in my life. I don't know how many times I tried to stop drinking. Until now, I finally have. I'd say the last nail in that drinking coffin was when I did the because when you go to the VA for appointments, there's a lot of people there. Sometimes we have to do blood work. Oh, it's a long line. Like, man, you could be there for a whole hour just to get your blood work. So when I was there, I was like, man, I was standing there a little sad, and a worker came in a white coat. She was actually a doctor, and she was saying, "She's like, all right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna spill it out. If you want to volunteer to get your blood drawn now, so you can go home, fill out some paperwork, and then come see me." And then she walked off, and then everyone was just looking at each other, and everyone just shook their head. And then I just started laughing. I was like, man, I'm a res boy. I don't care. You can get as much blood as you want from me. So I got out of the line, walked to her, and she started laughing her butt off. Then she started talking about, She said she'd been to Ganado, and I started laughing. I was like, well, I've only driven through it. So that was about it. And then she just started talking about med school. But yeah, so we got that. That was called the million. I think like the million veteran blood research or something like that, where they take your blood and they did extensive research into it. Like they try to discover hidden things in your blood, so that they can help benefit medical research and apply that research to veterans and active duty members. So yeah, I really like the idea. It's like, whoa. So they send you this long freaking packet later, and you fill it out, and then you send it back. But no, I did that, and the results came back, and I thought people were always lying. And I've spoken about this in my videos too, but there actually is a hereditary disease that will induce alcoholism in you. Yes, induce it. In other words, if you have that hereditary disease, it's also linked with cholesterol. So you have that cholesterol, hereditary disease, with the induced alcoholism. It goes hand in hand. If you have that, you have this, is what it said. I was like, oh my gosh, I never knew this. Because I always wonder why I wasn't able to just drink 1 or 2 beers like most people do. No, man, give me one and my body wants more. Like my body craves it. It's a weird feeling. It's a foregoing feeling. Like it's just pure bliss. Like, just have so much fun, and the next you black out. So yeah, that's why I stopped after learning about that. Talk later.